Call the meeting to order, the Griggs County Commission. Eight oath of I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
Fries with that chocolate milk?
Yes.
I wonder what the Griggs was.
We knew it at the end of the week. Okay, roll call. John. Dale.
Here.
Sorry. Sean.
Here.
Troy's here. All right. Approval of the agenda.
I'd like to add the budget to it so we can discuss how we're going to get that advertisement in.
I don't think we can add to the special meeting agendas, can we?
Technically, probably not.
Should I notice another meeting for right after this meeting for that?
What do we need to do?
Well, there's a couple items that me and John had, but the one I had was that advertisement has to be in by noon Tuesday of next week, and we're not ready. For sure, we're going to have to schedule a special meeting of the commissioners Tuesday morning to approve the advertisement, and
We don't even have the mills yet.
And we don't, you're not even supposed to have that. It's supposed to be a dollar amount.
we're going to try to do it without them, and we can do it without them, but there's certain.
So you won't publish the mill rate?
No,
Just
that's not
dollars.
supposed to be done.
But if we can't talk about it, I guess we can't talk
Oh,
about
we can. We can have another special meeting right after this. That's probably what we should do. We should add. What we should do is have that, and if Bob was going to try to be here, if we get him on the meeting agenda to talk about.
on the second meeting.
Yeah. But that actually the EOC and courthouse insurance. Or there was not we didn't have. Okay. Yep. So actually, it should be the budget. Yeah, the new and old court, or the EOC.
The budget and budget you will see, so Bob can talk about it. And I think you have to send the email to the newspaper.
To notice this?
To notice the second meeting.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, all right. If that's,
Let's see.
Is that fine with you, Troy?
Yep.
Okay. So,
9:30 for Bob.
yeah, it's polls or. So, in that case, I'll move to approve the agenda as submitted.
Second moved by John, seconded by Sean to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. EOC bills. I have a voucher here from A&A Landscaping for $8,407. I don't know if we want to pay him yet. I don't think it looks done to me. But
Yeah, on that one. Or do you want to go through them one by one, or? Central Door and Hardware. Was that in last, I don't remember seeing that in the last meeting. Central Door and Hardware, that was about $1,000 or $1,100. Yeah, was it in the last meeting?
Well, I went with the invoice, but I thought it was another, I don't know where I saw it, but I saw it somewhere. It wasn't in the invoice.
As long as we keep in check.
1 moment.
Because I was kind of looking for it, but that doesn't mean much that I don't remember it.
I remember it, but
Yeah,
Oh, we did?
10/18/50.
Okay, good. Okay, well then I can't think of any others. Hardly. Was it, if later, well, we might have to meet again Wednesday or something. Because for the advanced fire protection, if we approve his contract, he's gonna come out and try to do the work Monday or Tuesday. And we'll try to get that invoice from him end of the day Tuesday. And then we gotta pay it on the 30th. So we're probably gonna have to meet. And also, Interstate Power has to come back. Or not Interstate Power, but Electric Washington has to come back afterwards. But unless he's billed already, no, I shouldn't have been billed in advance. He should come back and.
I think there is one bill that I've received for the contract. I think that's going to be.
But
That's a monitoring contract, though. That won't have anything to do with
Installation or...
DES.
Oh, all right. If that's the case.
I mean, for electrical watchman, I mean.
Well, a third of it should be reimbursable, shouldn't it?
This will, but not the ongoing contract.
Oh, but if they come out and do work on Tuesday, because they gotta come out and do more work after Advanced Fire Protection does their.
There needs to be another phone line put into the IT room. That electro watchman equipment takes 2 phone lines, and there was only one activated in there. So Travis is gonna, instead of having 2 dedicated lines, he was gonna use one of the fax lines for the backup line on that arm system.
But at any rate, we'll have to approve some of, well, I guess we submit Advanced Fire Protection in its entirety, then Debbie Lacombe can say if it's only a third reimbursable. So later, we should plan on meeting Wednesday afternoon sometime. But with A&A, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not done, obviously. We could, if we wanted to, withhold some, and these are just arbitrary numbers, to withhold $1,000 until you got both the dirt and the rock graded correctly. And I'm tempted to hold another $1,000, more or less permanently, that he didn't hand excavate around those air conditioning units. And, that's only about 1 inch thick. I know I specifically told him he had to hand excavate there to get it 6 inches thick, so I'd be in favor of do that. And this is just a random number. I did have $1,000 for it, then he didn't do that.
I mean, there's a lot of work to do out there, it looks like to me.
Yeah, but I think $1,000 somebody could go out and with a rake and a hoe and that's a rough ballpark estimate. I'm not basing it on anything, but it seemed like we could pay something.
Well, it should be enough where they'll come back and fix it.
well, that's the problem. I think we better withhold every bit of the labor. Because you might just say, well, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I think we should pay the contractors, the material contractors.
And there's just one. That's grand. That's that 290745.
And I think we should withhold the rest of it.
Okay. We probably won't be able to get it into the DES in time for our reimbursement. And we can just acknowledge that we won't get reimbursed for it that way.
Well, I mean, we can certainly contact him right after the meeting here and tell him that unless that's fixed, it's not being paid, and
Yeah.
don't know any other way to do it.
He told me that he thought he could get it done by the 30th, but he's combining. And he said if it rained, he could maybe come in.
He's not combining.
Well, driving truck.
I'm not right now either. At least till noon.
No, that's true.
I mean, that's not a good excuse.
Well, yeah. You were gonna say something?
I was gonna say, we could do it in the morning.
Oh, okay. All right, good point. So, yeah, I'd be all right with that, just pay him the $29.0745.
Is that from Strands?
Yeah, that's what he says the rock is, with sales tax, $29.0745. If we pay that much of it, he should pay that entire amount to Strand, whether he doesn't. You know.
In theory, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we could give him a check, I suppose, and make it a joint check. Well, I don't know if we could or not, make a joint check to Strand and him, so
Well,
it's probably too much trouble to.
it's his responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to tell him, well, I only got paid for half, so you only get half. The rock is, what's that?
Yes, the all materials are paid.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm fine with just paying him $29.0745.
Where do you find that?
Oh, on this contract here?
Oh,
He put, yeah, on his contract, he said 500.
is there black dirt in there?
Well, the black dirt he put, I don't know if he's at, let's see, 29.
It's like $500 for the black dirt.
Yeah, it was, but does that, those numbers, there's 2907 for the, 2907. And then there's 4,000 for the black dirt must be 570 times 3 for the 3 loads. Let's see, because if I just add up 570,
1710.
is it short?
510 or both. 17. Or,
Okay.
excuse me, 1530.
Well, it doesn't say per load. He just said 3 loads of black dirt, $570. I'll try it with 570. Let's see.
$1,710.
Yeah, it must be, that must have been per load. So 570 times 3 is what?
10.
Well, we could, he broke out his labor. His labor's 4,000. We could just say, subtract that 4,000, not pay him that 4,000, and pay him 4,027.47 cents.
Yeah, the check to Strand Reading should probably be a joint check for materials, as long as you broke it out there. Doesn't mean you break it out.
It is broken out.
But he might have a markup in there.
Yeah.
Well, you put, I can't even, 65, I don't know what this 550 is. 550, and then a slash 65 yards, and you came up with 2907. I don't know if that's markup or not, but.
What was it? How many yards?
Here, I'll put it in there, see if you can figure out what I'm saying. That 550 doesn't make sense. Only,
Here's the deal, here's what's broken out here. Three loads of black dirt total is 570.
oh, okay, that's
total.
that adds up. Okay, $8,000.
So the fabric was 550, the 65 yards of aggregate rock with the sales tax was 2907.45 times 0.94 divided by 65. So it's $42 a yard. Dirt was 570 and the labor was 4,000.
Well, we could, for sure, I think we can approve the joint check for the 2907.45. And then maybe next Wednesday, if we're meeting again on Wednesday, we could decide what additional we want to try to approve and get reimbursed.
Well, to be consistent, we should write a check to Austin on his
Really
own
correct.
for 570 and the 550 plus the 570.
Okay, that's fine.
$1,120, and that would be for the black dirt and the fabric and some materials.
Plus the grass seed.
That's not even in there, so.
Yeah, that was a separate one. That's another $380. And we probably shouldn't pay for that, but that was
I
about.
have that.
Yeah, that's another invoice. He said,
I have it on the other one too.
I told him to submit 2 invoices.
Well, I got 2 invoices, but I have the grass seed on this one too. The grass seed is on both invoices.
But the $8,000 didn't include grass. Then he gave me.
Right.
Okay,
The bid was $8,027.45,
yeah.
This still is
and then he added $380 for
Oh,
grass.
you added.
Okay, so then we should write a check to Austin for $1,500 even. So it's $380 for the grass seed, it's $550 for the fabric, and it's $570 for the black dirt,
We
$1,500.
shouldn't pay him for the grass seed.
Why not?
Well, he's gonna have, by the time he gets done re-screening that down there, the grass seed's gonna be buried under 2 inches of dirt probably.
Right, but I mean, we're still withholding the labor. In order to be consistent here,
He's gonna have to plant the grass again.
I don't think so.
Don't you? Okay, well.
it doesn't matter, we'll pay him for the grass seed again, they'll have to come with their own pocket. We gotta be consistent, we're gonna pay material, we pay materials.
Yeah, the grass includes labor and material, but it's probably 99% materials.
No, actually, as he broke it out, it doesn't, the grass seed was just
No, it was the whole thing. I mean, that's for seeding the grass and for the seed.
So it was
$380
$387.
$380
Yeah.
to seed the grass.
Okay, well, if it's labor, then we can withhold it, that's fine. That's fine. So then it's 550 for the fabric,
So $1,120.
570 for the black dirt. Now, that one's just to A&A landscaping. Then there should be another check for $2,907.45, and that one should be to Strand Ready Mix and A&A landscaping.
Okay, so how much goes to A&A?
$1,120.
Yeah.
1120. Okay.
And then a joint check to A&A and Strand Ready Mix for $2,907.45.
And
Strand Ready Mix first on the check.
And then how much did you,
Strand
what
bill
was,
for that? Or?
He billed Austin.
how much was that
Oh,
for
he
Strand
did
Ready
bill
Mix too?
He's going to.
Yeah.
$2,907.45.
2907.
45.
Dougie's pile system's right here in his drawer.
But he is going to bill, he hasn't run out of the lane a month, he'll bill them, so this way it'll show that we paid for the full amount. Then someone should contact Austin and tell him what's going on.
You want me to call him? Or?
You can, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Not sure either, but I'll call him.
Maybe we both can, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we could.
Maybe we'll come and talk, he's gonna come, I don't know.
Yeah. And then the others, I'm sure Brookstrom, we don't have a list of all the bills, but Brookstrom was fine to pay, I think. And whatever that other one was, Interstate Power or something.
Yeah.
What's that for?
Start the generator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure that's fine to pay. And
So is that just just periodically to start up?
Every Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday
Every other Tuesday.
at 9 o'clock.
9 in the morning.
Okay, because I was hearing it on Wednesday. I could have swore. Otherwise, I was thinking Austin was out there working and he wasn't. So
No, you heard it on Tuesday.
I heard it on Tuesday, but then I heard it like periodically.
Oh.
I think on Wednesday, but I could be crazy, so not to worry.
I hope so.
We'll assume you're crazy.
Unless somebody was in there fiddling around with that transfer switch. Or if Ottertail was having trouble. Were the lights blinking, Tom?
I don't think so. I also got this from Scott this morning. So I didn't have a lot of chance to look at it, but that's where he broke it up into the two projects.
This is SWF.
Do those two add up to what we paid him already?
Just doing that now.
36, 370587.
Yeah, and then this is,
This contract?
On Austin's contract, is there an end date? What's your date?
Got some explaining to do, Lucy.
this is the only bill that we've actually paid him for. And so I think there's some work within those bills that needs to be paid out again.
And we paid him for those two, right? Oh, we haven't?
Not all of them.
Okay.
It doesn't look like.
This is a different bill?
That's one from the past. And then we needed it separated to submit to Debbie Lacombe for reimbursement.
Yeah, and that was a long shot on my part. That since we didn't get 3 bids on it, I said we did 2 separate projects. We had the first project back in April where he came and hung all those doors there. And then he got done with that, and he should have billed us for it. And then we had a very separate project later where we built that new wall and put the door in it. And that was just a completely separate. I was gonna try to say we had 2 separate projects.
To slide under for $2,000.
I don't think it's gonna work. But that's the only reason I asked him to do it. I thought there might be a chance. Connie could resubmit it.
So we don't pay this one?
Well, I'm not
We've
sure what we
paid
did.
this one.
We already paid
We've
it.
already paid this one. But I'm saying that I think this one is within that one, but there's a little bit of work in this one that's not paid for hanging or for switching the locks.
So we really don't know how much we owe him. We owe him another $300-$400.
Should I just difference those?
Yeah, if you talk about the difference, we can, I guess, add that $300 or $400 or whatever it is.
But I think we need him to hang one more door.
Oh,
The fire door on this end of the building by the courtroom.
yeah, what fire door?
Well, there's a firewall that goes all the way through the building between the EOC and the courthouse.
Okay.
And the fire doors are hung in the big hallway over on the south side. But there's one left to put in over here in that corridor that goes into the courtroom.
Oh,
And I think we need to find that door and have them put that in because there's an issue with the insurance. We own the EOC, so, and we're gonna talk about this later, but maybe we just do that now and worry about that door later, I don't know.
yeah,
Should I add these up? Sorry, I put it away.
470587 is those two added together. What's this one?
And what have we already paid him? Just subtract off what we've already paid him from that.
4454
Okay, you're gonna do it.
36.
No, we could have them come out and do that. Hang that door, I think, that last fire door, and try to get reimbursed for it. There was that, I know there was that one door that was all, he thought it was too scratched up. And then I looked at it and said it's not too bad. And I thought that was that door, but I think it's close to that door that never got hung. So why don't I call him and ask him to come out and hang that door?
Okay.
So the difference between the sum of those two invoices and what we paid them is $251.51.
So I think we could authorize payment of $251.51. And then the rest of the county would try to submit them as two separate. Well, that one was supposed to be under $3,000. I was hoping he would break it out so that each,
Under 300?
under 3,000. I was hoping he would have broken it out so they were both 1,900 or 2,200 or whatever it is, but that's, we can't ask him to cheat, so.
You overloaded your drawer?
And I don't think it's probably not going to be wanted anyway, so. Probably just messing with it. And even at 250, she probably won't reimburse us for it. She'll just say that's part of the previous job, and you never got 3 quotes, so you can't take back 250 either. So, but we can turn it in and ask. All she can do is say no.
Do you got all this stuff straight here now?
I got this. So we are paying Scott Frederickson $251.51. I have A&A is $1,120. A&A and Sharon Ready Mix is $2,907.45.
And we'll pay Bruce from, I believe, the amount in full.
And the rest of them are as presented?
There are 3 more.
Drums.
It's on the back of your sheet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh,
I was not awake yet, I guess. Okay, yep. Those 3, yeah. Bruce, Electro, and Interstate, yep, those look fine.
He said he'll be here this weekend.
Who?
Austin.
Okay.
So he's gonna call either you or I.
What's that?
He's gonna call either you or I when he's on site.
Yeah, and he told me he'd call when he was done too, when he thought he was done, and have either you or me look at it and say if it was acceptable or not, so.
I just got some invoices from Bob through email for Net Center Supply. Is that for next meeting?
No, that's for now. Yeah, for next meeting, forward those to me if you want.
Well, if it's an invoice, we.
Yeah, they're
No, they're not. They're not to be paid yet.
Oh.
They're bids.
Yeah.
so forward those two.
Okay, is there a motion to approve these bills as amended?
I'll move to approve the bills as amended.
Been moved by Ron to pay the bills as amended for the EOC to date. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. John?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
Ron?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Troy votes aye. Motion carries. Okay. Advanced fire protection. These are the folks that
Keep going.
installed the fire protection suppression system in the courthouse and EOC. There's a little bit of work left to be done. And then I think the electoral watchman fellow will come back and tie the fire suppression system in with the fire alarm system. Is that correct?
Mhm.
So I think this guy's he still remembers how long it took to get paid for the first time, and he would like the commissioners to agree that we are hiring him and he's going to get paid if he does come and finish it. So
Yeah, he's
um,
kind of a-
he just estimates there's between $2,000 and $3,000 worth of work left to do. So we just need to decide if we would like him to do that, which I don't know that we have much of a choice.
yeah, I think we should do. So I'll move that we approve the contract to Advanced Fire Protection, have Samantha email him this contract, and then he'll try to do the work on Monday or Tuesday.
Then we'll pay him on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get the invoice in immediately.
Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Sean. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. John? Dale? Ron?
Aye.
Sean?
Alright.
Troy votes aye. Motion carried. Next page, the electoral watchman fellow was here yesterday, and
They had asked for some key holders, so if the alarm goes off, who can let these people in, or the fire department in, and so forth. So I put up these names, if that's okay with you. Only Troy and I are able to make changes, if that's all right with you. And then the order to call, I have Sheriff's Department, Troy, me, and then obviously down.
And Ron, I had her put Ron on there because he lives in town too. I mean, there's zero chance almost that they'll ever get that far down the list before they find somebody. But I suppose that means once we get moved over there, we're going to have a key, huh? Ron and I, anyway.
Well, I can get you
But we'll all
all.
have keys, I suppose.
Yep.
Just to get in the door anyway.
Yeah, I recommend changing me to Sean, because I'm in Denver half the time. You're in town all the time, so it kind of makes sense.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
Number 18 on the call list.
Yeah. I'm not gonna drive.
By the time they call, then the building's down to the
Yeah.
foundation anyway.
It'll take 12 hours to drive here from Denver.
Well, that's alright, you're 18th on the list.
you want to put Sean on there instead of Ron?
Okay.
That's fine. Okay. Have to watch one. Insurance.
I called, okay, so we had asked for more information on that insurance stuff that was talked about on Friday. And I had asked I called Amber and she said that she was wondering when we were gonna get in there because it's in like construction stage for insurance. So then she was wondering if we were gonna be in there and we should switch over to that we were occupying the building. So I said that the Sheriff's Department and State's Attorney were gonna get in there, but that the rest of the courthouse wasn't. So she said that our coverage has expired on September 12th, but while we're trying to figure out the EOC part, where she's basically saying that we're okay right now, I called State Fire and Tornado. They said that they can't separate the two from each other because there was no firewall or fire door. That's why Troy and I are talking about that fire door. I didn't realize that it was a firewall separating them, so I had called her back. She had called me this morning and would like me to take pictures of the firewall and fire doors and send them to her. She would like documentation saying that they are fire doors and firewalls, and would like the number of hours on the fire door. And then she can try and get us so that the EOC part is covered under state fire and tornado, but the rest would have to be covered under insure forward.
Yeah, I could get the number of hours right from the specs.
I think we're going about this wrong way,
Okay.
guys. We are bound to insure the whole building because it is a net sum lease. And to break it out isn't going to make any sense. And we are going to occupy the whole building. The whole building is going to be occupied. We just are not going to use the courthouse part of it.
Right, but
Yeah.
they won't, and state fire and tornado will not insure a building that we don't own. That's the issue. It's not, I mean, we can insure the whole building at Bank Forward,
Right.
but state fire and tornado is a lot cheaper. So since we own the EOC building, that's why it looks like it's better off to have two insurance policies, because we're stuck with the courthouse until 2031 or whatever it is, 33, insuring with a private insurer because we don't own it.
But if we can have it all into one, at least when we checked on it before and have it occupied, the insurance is far cheaper than breaking it up into two separate units. It's going to get cut in half. It'll be like $12,000. Yeah, $7,000. And again, we're occupying the whole building. We're just not going to use the north half, the east half. So we'll pay the premium through Bank Forward, and it won't be a whole lot different for the courthouse than if we did the whole thing, and then we'll pay another premium for the state fire. It'll end up being way more money because the premium we're paying in the courthouse will be for an unoccupied building, and that will be that $13,000. Where if we can occupy when we move into the EOC, we're occupying the whole building.
But that's almost a separate issue. I mean, this is for what, just the EOC or for the whole thing?
I think
No, that's the whole thing, unoccupied.
Right. I mean, so can't we tell them we're going to occupy it, that it's going to be occupied?
That's great.
I mean, that's all they need to know.
That's all I want to know. The whole thing is going to be occupied, and we get a little wrapped around, at least in my discussions with Andy before, occupied and unoccupied really had nothing to do with being in there, actually living in the building in that portion of it. The unoccupied or construction phase was higher priced because of the risk of construction. We've got torches and everything else. The danger of the building is higher when it's in the construction phase. But I think we can get by with occupying the whole building, insuring the whole building, and having that premium drop down where it's supposed to be. And I can call Andy and talk to him about that.
Okay.
Because that's what we talked about before.
Yep.
And it's no longer construction, it's just basically going to be for storage for now, and it's going to be occupied.
I mean, we get, even if it's state fire and tornado, it's still through Bank Forward. It just, if they are going to have a different underwriter for the different portions of the building, it should all be in the same
Right.
policy to us.
And we tried with the state fire and tornado before, and when it got down to it, they said we have to have something proving ownership, and we just don't have that. And we never can have that. We have a net sum lease, which is one step right towards it, and I don't know why the building authority couldn't, or the Bank of North Dakota couldn't be listed as insured, but we went through this before with Cindy, and we talked to the state insurance company, and they didn't like it.
Yeah, and according to our lease, the building authority is the lost payee, right? But it really should be the Bank of North Dakota.
It is in the trust agreement. In the trust agreement, they have given that over to the Bank of North Dakota.
Okay.
See,
But that's not how the lease reads.
It can't. The lease has to be because the lease agreement is with the Bank of North Dakota, but the building authority has then mortgage their right basically to the Bank of North Dakota.
To cover the.
So if you read the trust agreement, it gives the Bank of North Dakota all the policy. If it burned down, they enforce the lease agreement. But Bank of North Dakota has the ability to either rebuild it or not rebuild it, or depending on, or pay off the bonds, whatever it comes to. So, and I think it has to be that way, because we can't have an agreement with the Bank of North Dakota, only the building authority can. Because we didn't let the bonds.
It's not ours.
Right. But I can call Andy and see, and that was how they spelled it out before. That once we're occupied, the insurance will lock down.
That's $7,000 kind
That's
of.
yeah.
But she still might have to document that
Fire door.
fire split. But that gets us back to the fact that this firewall door on this end isn't even installed.
Yeah, we can put that in, but again, I think we just need, it's a net sum lease, so, and until that lease is no longer in effect, and then there'll have to be a whole bunch of changes done anyway, you know.
So should I just not even try and go through State Fire and Tornado, and could we have a motion to pay this other insurance?
Yeah, I'm
Since
sure
we
it's.
don't have insurance on it right now, so we're on.
There's a motion to take a 5-minute break, 10-minute break.
Then moved by John to take a 10-minute break. Is there a second? Seconded by Dale. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We are in recess. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you know which door it is for sure? Like if you call Scott to do it, I'm not sure exactly what door you're talking about, but I didn't know if you could call Scott and say, it's that door you have to install.
Well, she knows which door it is. I showed it to her yesterday.
Okay.
Well, I know which door,
I don't know where the door is, but
But
we know which hole it needs to go in.
yeah, which is more than I do. So if you would call Scott, if we decide to do that, if you would call Scott.
Andy said that once it's occupied, the whole thing should be able to be insured by the state fire and by the state fire. And as long as, because it's under the same roof line, you can have as many firewalls as you want, like in a strip mall. It doesn't make any difference. It's under the same roof line. The lease agreement says it's a net sum lease. It should be submitted as one unit to state fire.
Because when I talked to State Fire, they said that they cannot insure anything that the county doesn't own, even if we're renting, leasing, or anything like that from a private entity. That's what she said.
Yeah, have her call me.
Okay.
Well, we shouldn't have to worry about it. They're just the underwriter for Andy, right?
Well,
So he should sort that out. We
he
shouldn't.
won't, I tried, he won't sort it out. He says submit it to them. So let's.
Why do we need him if we'd have to do the work anyway?
Because we needed him because they wouldn't do, we had absolutely zero insurance on it. Still do until it's covered by the state fire. We've tried that before, but they need to. So we need to get a copy of the lease, and it needs to be sent out to the state fire fund, and we need to highlight the net sum lease portion of it, and then we need to highlight the portion of the lease where we become owners after 20 years, or can become owners after 20 years.
Okay. So
And
for right now,
send that out to whoever you're dealing with there, and then have her call me.
for right now, we need to pay this bill, and then if we switch over to State Fire and Tornado,
Then we'll get a check back.
then we'll get this reimbursed.
And that will be cheaper once we're occupied, even if it is through.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't quite half, but it was almost half the job. So,
You don't have a voucher for this? Or you had one at the last
I
meeting?
think I had one at the last.
Okay.
And I assume we're gonna decline the terrorism insurance on the back page.
Do you think we'll take it?
Well, I don't know.
We're the one that.
I was kind of kidding around. No, I think we can decline, well, I talked to you guys, but I think that is another option. I think we should have signed it to decline it.
Is that a motion?
Yes, I'll move to approve the invoice in the amount submitted and to have Troy decline the terrorism insurance.
Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Sean. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Ron?
Aye.
Dale? Ron?
Aye.
Don?
Aye.
Troy votes aye. Motion carried. Okay, EOC, okay, fire door installation, I guess we kind of got into that already, but all the doors are out there for the whole project, right?
Yeah.
So that fire door is someplace.
Yeah, and I can give them the.
Maybe we don't, maybe it doesn't matter at this point. I mean,
Well, I think we might as well.
because we just,
Yeah, we can-
we just put the insurance in force anyways.
Yeah,
We'll have to put it in someday, but
yeah, won't hurt.
it probably is a mute point right now.
Are these steel fire doors?
Yeah.
I was surprised though that, like the ones in that big hallway, they have little windows in them. Usually fire doors are solid. They must have some special tempered glass or something.
It's got kryptonite in it. I know that.
Okay. That's all I had for this meeting.
I move to adjourn.
Been moved by Sean, then we adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries, meeting adjourned. Yeah. 9:05.